Welcome, esteemed gentlemen. Not every woman can capture the attention of a Sigma male, but the ones who do are unforgettable. The Sigma male, the lone wolf, the enigma, the one who doesn't follow the usual playbook, while others are drawn to charisma or flash. The Sigma male moves in the shadows, unfazed by mainstream allure or social trends. But here's the twist. Even the most solitary men have a weakness for a certain type of woman. The catch? She's rare. In a world full of women who believe they're not like the others, only a select few have the qualities that a Sigma male truly finds irresistible. Here's a surprising fact. Studies show that people with a Sigma personality, introverted, independent, and fiercely authentic, make up less than 1% of the population. So if you've ever wondered what it takes to win the heart of a man who seems almost immune to romance, you're not alone. But this isn't about love at first sight or some Hollywood trope. No, the Sigma male doesn't just fall. He's captivated by depth, subtlety, and strength that's all too rare. So if you think you've got what it takes to intrigue a man who's seen it all, read on, and buckle up. You might just learn that the Sigma's perfect match is anything but ordinary. Number 1. She's a realist who understands rather than a romantic who assumes. The Sigma male lives with his feet firmly planted on the ground, and he values a partner who does the same. He doesn't believe in fairy tales or sugar-coated visions of love. Life, in his view, is complex, unpredictable, and often imperfect. And he finds it refreshing when he meets a woman who sees relationships through a similarly realistic lens. She doesn't come in expecting a fantasy. She knows that real relationships take work, that they have ups and downs, and that they can be both incredibly rewarding and sometimes frustrating. This isn't to say she's cynical. Far from it. She appreciates the beauty in relationships, but she doesn't need them to be flawless to feel fulfilled. She doesn't expect endless romance or constant bliss. Instead, she's someone who understands that love is built over time through shared experiences, trust, and even a few hard conversations. She knows that sometimes love looks less like a grand gesture and more like supporting each other through rough patches, having honest talks, or simply enjoying quiet moments together without any need for drama. This level-headedness is exactly what the Sigma male respects. With her, he doesn't feel pressured to play a role or live up to impossible standards. He can be himself, with all his quirks, ambitions, and imperfections, knowing she values him as he is. Her realistic approach to love allows for depth and honesty, and she doesn't just assume the best without looking at the full picture. She's willing to work through the tough parts, to accept both the beauty and the mess, and that grounded perspective makes their connection far more resilient. For a Sigma male, this type of relationship is rare, a partnership rooted in reality, not illusions, and that's a bond worth investing in. At number 2, she brings peace, not chaos, into his life. For a Sigma male, peace isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. He's surrounded by a world that's always buzzing, constant notifications, endless social drama, and people fighting to be heard. So when he's with someone who brings true calm into his life, it's like a deep breath he didn't know he was holding. He values a woman who doesn't make everything a battle, who doesn't stir up chaos or demand attention every other second. She's a refreshing change in a world that seems to thrive on noise, and he finds that irresistibly attractive. The Sigma male isn't interested in the whirlwind relationships or constant ups and downs that some people thrive on. Drama and conflict aren't just unappealing, they're exhausting. Instead, he's drawn to a woman who knows how to bring stability, who's as comfortable with silence as she is with laughter. She understands that life doesn't have to be a constant storm to be meaningful. She doesn't pick fights to feel passion or create tension to feel alive. To him, that kind of peace is magnetic. But this doesn't mean he's looking for someone who's passive or who doesn't speak her mind. Far from it. He respects a woman who's strong and who knows herself well, but she doesn't need to turn every little thing into an issue. She brings a quiet confidence that speaks louder than any argument, and when she's around, it feels like all the unnecessary noise of life just fades. It's a powerful, almost addictive quality, and for a Sigma male, it's exactly what makes her stand out from the crowd. She's not just a partner, she's the calm in a chaotic world, and there's no charm quite like that. Number 3, she challenges him but doesn't compete with him. The Sigma male is attracted to a woman who challenges him, but not because she's trying to prove a point or play the competitive partner. She doesn't challenge him by trying to one-up him or turning everything into a contest. Instead, she challenges him in ways that inspire him to grow, calling him out where he could do better, questioning his views, and pushing him to think deeper. It's the kind of challenge that nudges him out of his comfort zone, not by force, but by intrigue. She has no interest in winning against him. She's more interested in seeing both of them win together. This kind of challenge isn't about egos or showing off. For the Sigma male, who values depth over surface-level interactions, this is a form of connection he rarely finds. Her ability to challenge him without undermining him strikes a balance he finds electrifying. He sees in her a true partner, someone who's not afraid to say what needs to be said, but does it with respect, wit, and warmth. She's bold, but she's not confrontational, and that blend is captivating. This doesn't mean she holds back her opinions. In fact, she's often the one who can call out his blind spots with a smile or laugh, and he can't help but appreciate the honesty. The Sigma male knows she's not doing it to tear him down or stroke her own ego. She's doing it because she genuinely cares and wants him to become the best version of himself. It's a challenge he secretly loves, even if he won't admit it. She's not trying to compete with him, she's helping him grow, which is the kind of challenge that goes beyond romance and hits him on a level he rarely experiences. At number 4, she values depth over surface connections. The Sigma male isn't interested in surface-level relationships, and he's certainly not attracted to small talk or shallow connections. He lives in a world where everything feels just a bit louder, a bit more superficial than he'd like. So when he meets a woman who values depth over appearances, it's like finding a rare gem. She's not trying to keep up with the latest trends, impressing people she doesn't even care about, or spending time on things that don't matter. She's real, grounded, and willing to dive beneath the surface. With her, the conversations go beyond, "How was your day?" She's someone who can talk about things that matter. Her passions, her dreams, her struggles, her view on the world. She doesn't waste time pretending, and she's not afraid to let down her guard and show her true self. That level of honesty and openness is refreshing, especially to a Sigma male who often feels like he has to filter out a lot of noise to get to anything real. It's almost like a breath of fresh air to meet someone who cares about the things that actually count. For her, life isn't about appearances or social media snapshots. It's about experiences, thoughts, and genuine connections. She's the kind of woman who'd rather stay up late talking about life than go through the motions of an event she doesn't care about. She respects his need for authenticity, and he respects her for staying true to herself. Together, they create a space where they can both be real without needing to impress or entertain. It's a rare kind of bond, and for a Sigma male, finding someone who values depth as much as he does is a connection that he'll hold on to tightly. Number 5, she doesn't seek control, but have an inner strength. The Sigma male has zero tolerance for controlling personalities. For him, there's no attraction in someone who feels the need to micromanage or impose their will. He's independent to his core, and he finds it almost unbearable to be around someone who constantly needs to control everything around them. That's why he's drawn to a woman who holds her power quietly, a strength that doesn't need to shout or demand attention. She knows who she is, she's firm in her beliefs, but she doesn't impose herself on others. This kind of strength doesn't scream for validation. It's grounded and self-assured. She's a woman who stands her ground without ever needing to overpower or manipulate anyone to prove her worth. In a world where so many people push to be in control, her calm confidence is magnetic to the Sigma male. It's an energy that's steady and resilient, allowing her to make her own way without needing to dominate anyone else's path. Her power is shown in her resilience, her ability to handle life's ups and downs without losing herself, and her unshakable self-respect. When she's around, he feels a certain peace, an understanding that she isn't there to mold him into her idea of perfection. She doesn't need to shape or control him because she respects both herself and his independence. This subtle strength makes her stand out in a way that doesn't need flash or force. For the Sigma male, a woman like this is rare. A true partner who shares his respect for personal freedom and who can hold her own without feeling the need to steer the wheel for both of them. Number 6. She embodies true independence, not just the illusion of it. For a Sigma male, independence is more than just a buzzword. It's a core value. He's not impressed by surface-level declarations of strength or the constant need to broadcast independence online. What he's drawn to is a woman who embodies real, quiet independence. A woman who doesn't rely on social validation, approval from friends, or the latest trends to feel worthy. Her independence doesn't need a hashtag. It's a way of life, and it's woven into how she handles herself day to day. She isn't seeking validation because her sense of self-worth comes from within. She makes her own choices, holds herself accountable, and doesn't need an audience to reinforce her decisions. Her independence is genuine. It's rooted in her own values and ambitions, not in anyone's expectations. This quiet confidence is exactly what the Sigma male respects. He doesn't want a partner who's playing at independence. He wants someone who truly understands it, who doesn't need a relationship to feel complete. This type of woman can stand on her own, not out of pride or rebellion, but because she's comfortable with herself. She's not trying to prove anything. She knows her worth and doesn't seek constant affirmation from others. When the Sigma male sees this level of independence, he finds it inspiring and frankly refreshing. It means she's with him by choice, not because she needs him to fulfill some role. She's her own person, strong in ways that don't require showy displays. Her independence is authentic, and to a Sigma male, that's as captivating as it gets. Number 7, she masters the art of intellectual sparring, no holds barred. A Sigma male thrives on thought-provoking conversation. His mind is wired for depth, complexity, and an openness to perspectives that go beyond the typical. When he meets a woman who can engage in true intellectual sparring, who not only matches his intellect but challenges him in unexpected ways, it's electric. She isn't afraid to dive into topics that others might shy away from, and she does it with both confidence and curiosity. She doesn't need to win a debate, nor does she shy away from disagreeing with him. Instead, she's driven by genuine interest, which makes her insights all the more compelling. Her strength lies in her ability to hold her ground without making it personal. She's able to challenge his views without turning the conversation into an argument. She asks questions that make him stop and think, and she doesn't let him off easy with surface-level answers. She challenges his assumptions, respectfully calls him out when he's off base, and gets him to see things from different angles. It's rare for him to meet someone who makes him pause, reconsider, and even, occasionally, admit that he might be wrong. This kind of intellectual connection is magnetic because it's built on mutual respect and a shared love of learning. He finds himself eagerly engaging with her because he knows that every conversation will take him somewhere new, somewhere outside his usual mental boundaries. In a world that often feels shallow, her mind is a place where he can explore, question, and grow. For the Sigma male, this is the ultimate connection, someone who doesn't just agree with him, but challenges him to become sharper, more thoughtful, and ultimately more himself. And when he finds that rare woman who masters the art of intellectual sparring, he knows he's found someone exceptional. Number 8, she respects space without ever being asked. To a Sigma male, space isn't just a personal preference, it's essential. He's wired to need solitude and time to think, reflect, and recharge on his own terms. That's why he's captivated by a woman who instinctively understands when to engage and when to step back, without him ever needing to spell it out. She has an intuitive sense of timing, reading his cues and respecting his rhythm in a way that feels effortless. Her understanding of space isn't about playing games or holding back. It's about a genuine respect for boundaries that allows both of them to thrive. This woman doesn't see his need for space as a rejection or as a lack of interest. Instead, she appreciates it and even values her own time alone. She knows that in a healthy relationship, the right balance of closeness and independence is what keeps things alive. When he pulls back, she's not left wondering if she did something wrong. She gives him that freedom without question. And when they come together again, there's a renewed energy and a sense of excitement that makes their time feel more meaningful. In her, he finds someone who isn't trying to constantly fill the silence or bridge every gap. She's comfortable with pauses and knows that space between two people can be just as important as closeness. Her ability to let him be himself without crowding or clinging creates a calm that he rarely finds elsewhere. This mutual respect for space makes her stand out as someone who genuinely understands him. It's a quiet, unspoken bond that speaks volumes to a Sigma male. She gives him the freedom he needs, and in doing so, becomes someone he actually wants to be close to. Number 9. She's compassionate, but her kindness isn't blind. A Sigma male is drawn to women who possess a unique kind of compassion, one that's rooted in depth, awareness, and self-respect. He doesn't value blind kindness, the kind that's given away without thought or self-preservation. Instead, he admires a woman who has the emotional intelligence to know when to offer empathy and when to hold back. She's not the type to throw herself into helping others at the expense of her own well-being, or to keep giving when it's clear that her kindness is being taken for granted. Her compassion is discerning, wise, and balanced. This woman understands the power of setting boundaries. She's capable of being kind, but she doesn't do it out of obligation or the need to be liked. She gives because she genuinely cares, but she knows when it's time to step back, especially if her kindness is being misused. She doesn't shy away from being empathetic, but she doesn't let herself be drained by others who aren't willing to offer the same in return. To the Sigma male, this level of discernment is not just admirable, it's rare. He respects her deeply because in her, he sees someone who understands the value of her own energy and time. She's not looking for validation through endless acts of self-sacrifice, and she doesn't tolerate being taken advantage of. Instead, her kindness is a strength, one that she extends only to those who truly deserve it. This makes her compassion even more powerful in his eyes, because it's clear she's not naive. She's thoughtful and aware. In a world full of people who give without thinking, she stands out as someone who knows when to say no and when to give. And to a Sigma male, that's the perfect balance of strength and kindness. Number 10. She avoids drama as if her life depends on it. Sigma males have an allergy to drama. They've spent their lives avoiding the unnecessary chaos that so many people thrive on. Endless arguments, petty conflicts, and social games that serve no real purpose. So when they meet a woman who avoids drama like it's the plague, they immediately take notice. She's emotionally mature, not interested in stirring the pot or creating tension where there doesn't need to be any. For her, life is too short for meaningless arguments, and she handles herself with a calm that the Sigma male deeply respects. She doesn't get caught up in gossip or the latest office drama. Instead, she keeps her circle small and genuine. And she knows that true strength comes from dealing with issues head-on, not through passive-aggressive behavior or behind-the-back whispers. She's direct, but in the most graceful way. When something's bothering her, she addresses it openly, without playing games or turning it into a spectacle. She knows that real problems deserve real conversations, and she's not interested in wasting time on trivial issues. This level of emotional maturity is a breath of fresh air to a Sigma male. It's rare to find someone who doesn't need to make everything a scene, and it's even rarer to meet someone who can navigate tough situations without escalating them. He's drawn to her ability to keep her cool when the world around her is losing its mind. She doesn't feed into the negativity, and she isn't rattled by the constant flow of trivial drama that so many people get swept up in. For a Sigma male, this is the ultimate sign of strength, someone who moves through life with grace, who can face challenges directly, and who knows how to keep her emotional landscape clear of unnecessary clutter. The woman who captures the attention of a Sigma male isn't defined by superficial traits or fleeting trends. She's someone who brings substance, balance, and depth to the table. Her strength is quiet, her intellect sharp, and her ability to navigate the complexities of life with grace and emotional maturity is what makes her stand out. She doesn't need constant validation or approval, nor does she engage in drama or unnecessary conflicts. She understands the importance of space, and knows that true connection comes from genuine, authentic exchanges. For the Sigma male, a woman like this is more than just an attraction. She's a partner who challenges him, inspires him, and gives him the freedom to be his true self. She isn't afraid to question him, but she does so with respect, making him think deeper and consider new perspectives. Her compassion is rooted in self-awareness, and her emotional maturity allows her to navigate challenges without losing sight of what truly matters. What makes her irresistible is the rare combination of independence and vulnerability, strength and softness, intellect and heart. She's not seeking to control or impress. She simply lives her truth, which in turn invites him to do the same. The connection she offers is grounded, real, and enduring. And for the Sigma male, that's exactly what he seeks. A relationship that's built on mutual respect, shared growth, and the understanding that both partners are free to be their most authentic selves. This kind of bond is rare, but when it's found, it's the kind that lasts. If you've enjoyed exploring the qualities that make a woman truly irresistible to a Sigma male, then don't miss out on more insights like this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video packed with the knowledge and depth you crave. We dive into real, meaningful topics that challenge conventional thinking and help you understand the dynamics that matter most. Join our community, stay tuned for more, and let's keep uncovering the secrets of connection, authenticity, and personal growth together. Don't just watch, be part of the conversation. Subscribe now.